Good morning, everybody. We are doing De Moivre's theorem, first exercise. Okay, next one. If n is a integer z equal to 6 theta, if n is a integer means n belongs to z is a complex number z equal to 6 theta. If n is a integer z equal to 6 theta, then show that what is asking is, then show that z power 2n minus 1 by z power 2n minus 1 by z power 2n plus 1 equal to z power 2n minus 1 by z power 2n plus 1 equal to I tan n theta. I tan n theta. This is what he is asking to do. He is giving n is a integer and z is a complex number z equal to 6 theta he himself giving. Then he is asking to do that. Very simple sum. Take LHS. 6 theta whole power 2n. Z means 6 theta, just substituting directly simplified. Whole power n, 2n by minus 1 by 6 theta whole power 2n plus 1. That's it. Simple. Now, with the 6 theta whole power n, according to De Moivre's theorem, cos n theta plus I sin n theta. So, I will expand according to De Moivre's theorem. According to De Moivre's theorem, I can write this as cos 2n theta plus I sin 2n theta. This part. 6 power 2n. Cos 2n theta plus I sin 2n theta. Minus 1 as this. By denominator also I will apply the De Moivre's theorem. Cos power n theta. Cos n theta plus I sin n theta. 6 power n theta is cos n theta, means here 2n theta plus I sin 2n theta plus 1 as this. Now, you can group these two. If you take minus common, this can be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta formula. So, what I want to say is, these two I can write like, if I take minus common, 1 minus cos 2 theta, you know the formula, or do one thing. Here itself cos 2 theta formula explain, no problem. One and same will be. Cos 2 theta formula, 2 cos square theta minus 1, 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So I am writing 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Theta here is n theta because 2n theta plus I sin 2n theta, I write as sin 2 theta formula. 2 sin theta cos theta. I into 2 sin theta cos theta minus 1 by, coming to this cos 2n theta. Cos 2n theta again I will write the same. Now, this cos 2n theta, again I will write the same. What is that? 2 cos square theta minus 1 I will write this time. 2 cos square n theta minus 1. 2 cos square n theta minus 1 plus I into, this is again 2 sin theta cos theta. 2 sin n theta cos n theta plus 1 as this. Why I am writing like this is, this 1 can be cancelled here. Here this one can be cancelled here. Now, from these two, I can take అనవసరంగా జరిగినట్టు Now, from the numerator, I can take 2 sin theta common, and from the denominator, I can take 2 cos theta common. Here I can take 2 sin theta common. Here I can take 2 cos theta common. So I will go further. Here, this minus is there. I will write as minus I square. This is minus 2 as 2i square. Because I square is minus 1, automatically it becomes plus first. So 2i sin n theta I will take common in the numerator. What I want to say is, numerator, I will write one more step. This minus 2 as I square 2 sin square theta. I square is minus 1. So this I square into 2 into sin square n theta plus I into 2 sin n theta cos n theta by denominator. Coming to the denominator as is 2 cos square n theta plus I into 2 sin n theta cos n theta. Now from the numerator I can take 2y sin n theta common. From the numerator I will take 2i sin n theta common. So left out 1i gone, 2 gone, 1 sin gone. One more left out is I sin n theta. I sin n theta. And from here I got 2 gone, sin n theta gone. Left out is cos n theta. So that 6 theta, 6 n theta I will get. That's why I am writing like that in order. And coming to here, 2 cos n theta I can take common from the denominator. 2 cos n theta common. Left out is 1 more cos n theta plus here I sin n theta. I sin n theta. Now 2 gets cancelled. And cos n theta plus I sin n theta, cos n theta plus I sin n theta gets cancelled. Left out is 2i, 2 also cancelled. I into sin n theta by cos n theta, tan n theta. Left out is sin n theta by cos n theta, that is tan n theta, I into. So that one is asking to prove. Therefore Lx equal to RHS, hence proved. Hence proved. Next question. If x equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha, x equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha, and y equal to cos beta plus I sin beta, cos beta plus I sin beta. If x equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha, y equal to cos beta plus I sin beta, then prove that x power m into y power n only x power m into y power n plus 1 by x power m into y power n, 1 by x power m into y power n equal to 2 cos, what is asking for? Cos of m alpha plus n beta, cos of m alpha plus n beta, and x power m into y power n minus 1 by x power m into y power n equal to 2i sin of m alpha plus n beta, 2i sin of m alpha plus n beta, 2i sin of m alpha plus n beta. Simple sum. Is asking to this much. Is giving x equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha, y equal to cos beta plus y sin beta. Now we know what is x power m first. X power m means cos alpha plus I sin alpha whole power m. Implies according to de Moivre's theorem, I can write as cos m alpha plus I sin m alpha. So according can write this as cos m alpha plus I sin m alpha, like y power n equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha whole power n. So according to De Moivre's theorem, this I can write as, I will do one thing, this I can write as cis of m alpha. Easy for me to write instead of writing both. This also same, cos alpha plus I sin alpha whole power n. Y is cos beta plus I sin beta whole power n equal to cos n beta plus I sin n beta according to De Moivre's theorem. And this I write as cis n beta, cis of n beta. Now x power m into y power n is asking. X power m into y power n means cis n alpha m alpha into cis n beta m beta. So cis alpha into cis beta is cis of alpha plus beta only. So this I can write as cis of m alpha plus n beta. Cis of m alpha plus n beta. Cis alpha into cis beta is cis of alpha plus beta. Now if I expand this becomes cos of m alpha plus n beta plus I sin of m alpha plus n beta. Let it be equation 1. Let it be equation 1. Now I need reciprocal of this. So this is in cis only. So reciprocal of this is 1 by x power m into y power n. What do I get? So 1 by this gives me cis of minus theta, means cos m alpha plus n beta minus I sin of m alpha plus n beta. We already did that. We will do once again. No problem. So 1 by x power m into y power n, this part. So this is nothing but 1 by this one. So 1 by cos m alpha plus n beta plus I sin m alpha plus n beta. We have. Now I will multiply numerator and denominator with cos m alpha plus n beta minus I sin m alpha plus n beta. I will multiply numerator and denominator with this. The denominator becomes cos square theta minus I square sin square theta. I square is 1. So cos square theta plus I square theta is 1 in the denominator I will get. So automatically this is cis of minus theta simple. So let this be equation 2. Let this be equation 2. Now if I do 1 plus 2, I will get first. If I do 1 minus 2, I will get the second equation. Both I will get at a time. So just 1 plus 2 and 1 minus 2. So first I will do 1 plus 2. What do I get? 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 means this plus this. So x power m into y power n plus 1 by x power m into y power n equal to this side. I am adding both. Is equal to adding these two. So what do I get adding these two? 1 plus 2 cos m alpha plus n beta plus I sin m alpha plus n beta plus this part cos m alpha plus n beta minus I sin m alpha plus n beta. So I sin cancel, cos plus cos, 2 cos m alpha plus n beta. So this is equal to 2 cos m alpha plus n beta. Okay, that only is asked to prove. So 2 cos m alpha plus n beta I have done, because here I have 2, here I forgot right. Okay, 2 cos m alpha plus n beta, hence proof. Like next, what do I need? 1 minus 2. I need to do 1 minus 2. Like the same, if I do 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2, what do I get? So the next step is I am doing 1 minus 2. Means here I am just writing You can't write directly in notebook, you write separate because this is a separate question. I am manipulating, you can't do that. You must do properly. And this is minus into minus, automatically plus. Minus into minus, plus. Now what happens? I am doing minus. So, now this time cos m alpha minus cos m alpha plus n beta gets cancelled. And left out is I plus I, 2y sin m alpha plus n beta. That is what second is. Hence proved. Both identical. One is with plus, other is with minus. Hence proved. So, like this we will apply De Moivre's theorem. De Moivre's theorem of integral powers or integral index. Now we will do for rational index. Next, we will go for rational index. We did all the integral index sums. Now we will go for rational index. Before going for rational index, do we finish nth roots of unity and cube roots of unity together? We will finish that, then we will go for exercise. Second exercise. Second exercise concepts some more are there. We already discussed whole power 1 by n and rational numbers p by q form. Now we need to discuss cube roots of unity and nth roots of unity. What is meant by cube roots of unity? What is meant by nth roots of unity? So first of all, cube roots of unity means we know that x cube minus 1 equal to 0 is nothing but x cube equal to 1, x equal to 1 power 1 by 3. 1 power 1 by 3 means this is cube root of 1 only. So this is called as cube root of unity. You will write usually in previous classes, lower classes. You will write x cube equal to 1 means x equal to 1, you use it to write. But x cube equal to 1 means there will be 3 roots, cube root. There will be 3 roots. So those 3 roots we need to find. In previous lower classes you need to write simply 3. But you should not write here. You need to find all the 3 roots. Okay? There are 2 ways of doing this sum. One is we did 1 by n formula, we can use that. Cos theta plus I sin theta whole power 1 by n formula. Other one is a cube minus b cube expansion, then finding the roots. So first for this I will go for a cube minus b cube expansion so that it will be easy for you. So I can write x cube minus 1 as x minus 1 into a cube minus b cube formula, a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square equal to 0. In previous classes we will bring this 1 to this side, you will use it to write x equal to 1. 1 power 1 by 3, 1 you will write. But this cube root means contains 3 roots. What about the other 2 roots? Other 2 roots are complex roots, we will see now. Now this is equal to 0 or this equal to 0. X minus 1 equal to 0 or x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So x equal to 1 is 1 root what you are writing till now. What about the other 2 roots? This. If you expand this, if you observe this, b square minus 4ac less than 0 observe. Here b is 1, 1 minus 4. So what is b square minus 4ac here? Root of minus 3. Root of minus 3. Inside root you are getting negative. So no real root, complex roots. So find the 2 complex roots. There are 2 roots. Quadratic means 2 roots. 2 imaginary roots, 1 real root. So this equation is containing only 1 real root, that is 1. Remaining 2 are complex conjugate roots. Complex conjugate roots. Whenever you will come across these coefficients are rational, you mean to say real, then I told you quadratic equation having b square minus 4ac less than 0, quadratic equation will have conjugate complex roots, I told. Conjugate complex roots. So it contains 2 complex roots, those are conjugate complex roots. We will find them. Minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac 1 minus 4 minus 3 by 2a. So root root of minus 3. This minus 3 I can write as 3 into minus 1. Minus 1 is I square. That I square comes out of root becomes I. So minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2. Minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2. So other two roots are, one root is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2. And the other root is minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Other root is minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. So these are the other two roots, complex conjugate roots. Minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, minus 1 I root 3 by 2. Usually we will represent this with omega, this with omega square. Why this is omega square? This can be any complex number, no need to take as omega, you can take A also, but universal representation will take as omega. Why? Because whenever you see the omega, you can say that it is due to 1 omega square are called as cube roots of unity. So 3 roots will be there. For cube roots of unity is for 1 power 1 by 3, we have 3 roots. Those are 1 omega, 1 root is 1 and the second is omega, third is omega square. Why? Because it is omega square. Square of this, find the square of this a plus b whole square. Squaring on both sides, do it, we will get this only. We will get this only. So 1 is the square of the other root, I want to say. If you square this, we will get this. If you square this, we will get this. Check it. Square of this whole square into simplify, we will get this one. If square of this, simplify, we will get this one. So 1 is the square of the other. So I am taking this is a, this should be a square. So I am representing it as omega. So this must be omega square because square of this only, right? So you will get both the roots of, one is the square of the other and one is the conjugate of the other. Beauty of this cube roots of unity is this only. If you observe, the square of this is this, square of this is this, first point. Okay? And this is the conjugate of this is the conjugate of this. Okay? Let it. 1 omega square are called as cube roots of unity because cube roots of unity we found we got 3 roots. Those are 1 omega square. Now, omega is a root of this equation as well as this equation. By solving this equation, I got omega square are the roots. So, omega is a root of this equation. Automatically, this is a part of this. So, omega is a root of this also. So, if I substitute here, what do I get? Omega cube minus 1 equal to 0 implies omega cube is always equal to minus 1 goes to the set plus. So, what I want to say is cube roots of unity means now cube roots of unity means 1 omega square and omega cube equal to 1 and omega is a root of this also. If I substitute here, what do I get? Omega square plus omega plus 1 equal to 0. Since omega is 0, means 1 plus omega square equal to 0. So, whenever you come across cube roots of unity, whenever you come across cube roots of unity, so what I want to say is, why we are saying n roots of unity and cube roots of unity separately is, cube roots of unity having different properties. You observe now. What are they? First property, omega cube equal to 1. Cube roots of unity are 1 omega square. 1 is the square of the other and 1 is the conjugate of the other. Next, 1 plus omega square equal to 0. Just now only we observed by substituting in place of x, omega is the root. So 1 plus omega square equal to 0 always. Omega cube is always 1. And one more interesting property is, if you observe 1 omega square and if you find the distance between 1 and omega is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, omega square is minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2, we already derived. Now if you find the distance between these 1 and omega square and omega, all are equally will get. If you are taking this A, this B, this is C in the organed plane, AB distance, BC distance, CA distance, you know how to find it using modulus formula method or using root of exponents x1 whole square because it is dependent on the organed plane. We already discussed. Find the distances. All the three distances A, B, B, C, C, all are equal. Means these always are the vertices of an equilateral triangle. Cube roots of unity are always vertices of equilateral triangle. Because if you find the distances A, B, B, C, C, A, three sides are equal in a triangle, then what do they represent? So they are the sides of an equilateral triangle. 1 omega omega square in any order forms an equilateral triangle. These are the vertices of an equilateral triangle. Are the vertices of an equilateral triangle. This is circumcircle as usual. So if this is 60, this is automatically 120 in equilateral triangle. Okay. So these reference always vertices of equilateral triangle, and central angle is 120 degrees because each angle is 60 degrees. Each angle is 60 degrees. Why I am writing this figure and I am saying these are vertices of equilateral triangle? You won't get in your textbook these points. These are very important for your object. Next. All these cube roots are very important for object. Next. Coming into nth roots of unity. Time is over. Okay. We will do nth roots of unity in the next class. Enough for today. అయిపోతా టైం ఎంత ఉంది? ఓకే, విల్ కంటిన్యూ. Nth roots of unity. What is nth roots of unity? Same as cube roots of unity. X power n minus 1 equal to 0. Automatically x equal to 1 power 1 by n is nth roots of unity. So there will be n roots. How to find? You can't factorize that much easily. So if you want to factorize, you can write like a GP progression. That is other case. Leave it like that. What I want to say is, if you want to factorize, you have to use GP progression. You will get no problem. Dividing numerator and denominator with x minus 1, you will get it. Leave it aside. Now x equal to 1 power 1 by n you got. So this is nth roots of unity. 1 power 1 by n. What are the nth roots of unity? We will write x as, means 1 as cos 0 plus I sin 0. Cos 0 plus I sin 0. Cos 0 is 1 plus I into sin 0 is 0. So I will get 1 only. So this 1 I can write cos 0 plus I sin 0. Whole power 1 by n. Whole power 1 by n. Now according to De Moivre's theorem, this I can write cos of 2k pi plus theta by n plus I sin of 2k pi plus theta by n. De Moivre's theorem, we discussed this property. So cos of 2k pi, already we discussed nth roots of a complex number. Using that I am doing cube roots of unity. Nth roots of a complex number 2k pi plus theta by n I told. So this is 2k pi plus theta is 0. So 2k pi by n simply. 2k pi by n plus I sin of this also 2k pi plus 0 means 2k pi by n, where k equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till n minus 1. K is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till n minus 1. These are the nth roots of unity. Cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n. Simply we write this 2 pi by n. If k is 1, k is 0, cos 0 plus I sin 0, 1. So roots are 1 comma cos 2 pi by n, sis 2 pi by n. Next if I substitute 2, 4 pi by n. If I substitute 3, 6 pi by n and so on are the nth roots of unity. Roots of n are those. So we will get this. If I am assuming, one more thing I want to say. If I am assuming this is some alpha, this is some alpha. Alpha equal to, what I want to say is, alpha equal to sis of 2 pi by n. If I am assuming, or I will go completely. Cos of 2 pi by n plus I sin of 2 pi by n. If If I am assuming alpha equal to cos 2 pi by x plus I sin 2 pi by x. What is alpha power k? According to De Moivre's theorem, this is cos of 2k pi by n. 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi 1 was the total. I sin 2 pi by n whole power k. Alpha power k. Means according to De Moivre's theorem, this k comes here. So this is what alpha power k is. So this side I want to write alpha power k, where alpha is this. So I can write as alpha power k, where alpha is this. Where alpha is this. Alpha equal to 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n. So the roots are, if I take alpha is this, then cube roots of unity, nth roots of unity are alpha power 0 1, alpha power 1 alpha, alpha square and so on, alpha power n minus 1. So these are the nth roots of unity where alpha is this. If you observe now, 1 alpha, alpha square and so on, means these are in geometric progression. So nth roots of unity are in GP. These are in GP. Nth roots of, like the previous cube roots of unity we discussed some properties. If we discuss now, nth roots of unity are in GP. Geometric progression first thing. With common ratio alpha. Now if I want to find the sum of nth roots of unity, what do I get? So sum of these I want means 1 plus alpha square plus and so on till alpha power n minus 1. I want to find the sum of nth roots of unity. Sum of nth roots of unity equal to 1 plus alpha square and so on till alpha power n minus 1. Now this is a GP only. Now if you simplify, you get that answer. Now this is sum of nth roots of unity, means a into sum of n terms of GP. What is the formula? Sn equal to a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1. So a here is 1 into r power n means alpha power n minus 1 by r minus 1. Computation is alpha minus 1. But x power n minus 1 equal to 0 is the given equation. Alpha is the root of this, nth root of this, means alpha power n minus 1 is how much? 0. So numerator becomes 0. So sum of nth roots of unity always equal to 0, I want to say. That's why cube roots of unity, their n is 3.